creative friends, it's Gwen. Do you struggle with mixing and matching colours for your pages? Not sure what colours to use with your photos? Even if you're a little bit colour challenged, today's video is sure to help. I have a super simple layout idea to share. We'll chat colour blocking and cut files, so let's get started. I'm using Pink Fresh Studios' Lovely Blooms collection, and these supplies were sent to me very generously by Crazy Craft Obsession. They are an Australian craft store specialising in scrapbooking, paper crafts and mixed media. They ship to Australia and New Zealand, and if you check the description box below, you'll find a very special deal. It's time to get started on the layout, and here's the plan. This is the pattern paper that inspired the layout and the idea to use the colour blocking technique. Before I get to that, I do want to create a border for my page, and I'm going to use the 6x6 paper pad to do this. I've cut 8 strips that are 1/2 inch wide each, and I'm just going to run them around the frame of a 12x12 sheet of cardstock. I've then layered my true background colour, the one that I want to show, over the top of that. It's time to get started with our colour blocking, and I am just going to cut this particular pattern paper up and divide out all of its colour sections. I won't be working with all of the colour tones here, but I do want to have a look at them all separately, and I want to get a little bit of an idea and a plan together for backing my cut file. This design is from my cut file store, Cut to You, and I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. So I'm going to work with the colour blocked panels here that I've cut from that pattern paper, and I'm going to group colours together in the cut file. If you're looking for specific tips on backing cut files, I have made a couple of videos on that. I will leave them in the description box below. Before I get too far into backing the cut file, I do want to map out a plan for my colours, and I'm so glad I did because I had 6 colours but 7 hearts across that bottom line there. I do really want to stick with these colours, so I'm going to go with 2 baby blue hearts on the left, and I'm going to balance that out by using 2 of the olive green tone on the right. You can see here how I have blocked the colours, so all of the dark blue hearts are together, then there's that beautiful peach in the centre, the orange, the olive, and then the dark green. See how they form sort of like rows on the page? If I wasn't doing the colour blocking technique, I would actually mix and match the colours of the hearts across the whole page. So for example, the light blue hearts, they would be spread evenly across all of the hearts, and I'd actually be looking at making them very balanced. I'd want to put a couple of light blue on the left and a couple of light blue on the right. This technique is almost the opposite of that in that I'm grouping colours together. I'm purposefully putting blue things with blue things and peach things with peach things. I found this to be one of those techniques that can either really help your process or in some ways hinder your process. It can help by eliminating choice. For example, the title for the layout I knew I wanted towards the left-hand side, so therefore it had to be in those blue tones. Instead of choosing from the entire range of titles in that pack, I was able to narrow my focus down to the blue ones. You do have to be very careful though about the colours that you choose, because if you don't choose wisely, you will limit your choice so much that it makes creating difficult. I would recommend trying this when you have lots of elements in a collection, so perhaps before you've done too many layouts. If you're already working with limited supplies in a collection, then this technique's probably not the best option for you. So after a bunch of auditioning, I ended up ditching the word choose. It just felt too heavy, too full, and I thought, you know what, we'll just make it happy, and then I will add other sentiments with those die cut pieces to build out the title. This color combo is a little bit different for me, but I really like it. I also like that I've been able to show you a bit of a different look for this same collection. This is the 3rd layout that I've created with this collection, and it is quite different to the first 2. If you're looking for those, I'll leave them in the description box below. So for the embellishments, I'm looking for a couple of things. The first thing I'm looking for is it the right color for where I want to place it? The second thing I'm looking for is its actual function. So if I'm trying to create a floral cluster, I'm first looking for the color and then I'm looking for the shape of a flower. I got super lucky with that orange tab that's on the right hand side of the photo. I was looking for something a bit heavier to sort of anchor that side down, and I didn't have very much of that deep orange on the layout. So the little tab there that says You Shine, it was the perfect fit. I also found that puffy sticker that says Love You. It's the right color tone in that it's like that mid peachy color, but you can see here that it's sort of in the wrong place. I leave it there for a while, but as the layout comes together, I realized that it's too far to the right and it really should be closer to the word happy. After auditioning it in a few more places, I settled on it overlapping the bottom edge of the photo there. See the difference? It's now in that orange zone and not extended out into the green zone on the right. I was also lucky enough to find leaves in the collection that were two-tone. So you'll see I've got the olive leaves on the right, and then I found some deep blue leaves for the cluster on the left. I hope you can see here too now that I'm not having to think about mixing and matching colors of my embellishments. That is one of the things that makes this technique really good for beginners. If you struggle with matching colors, that whole process is avoided with this technique because all I'm looking for is color on color on color. So I encourage you to give this a try, and if you have tried it, if you've done a layout like this before, let me know in the comments below how it all went. Did you find it easier than trying to mix and match colors, or was it the restriction a little bit more difficult for you? And while you're there, if you find my videos helpful in any way, I would love it if you would subscribe. I am loving how this is looking, but I do want to add in another couple of extra little details. I found this cute sentiment that was in the right color tone, that mid peach. So I'm going to nestle that in there. And things are getting serious because I'm gluing stuff down. There is only one thing missing now, and that is enamel dots. I'm going to add these as a sprinkling finishing touch. I'm going to add them in small little clusters, and of course I'm going to stick with those same color tones. Here are some close-up images of the layout, so you can see here how the enamel dot color is on top of the embellishments, the puffy stickers, and then the pattern paper in the cut file. I really love this color on color look and how all the layers fit together. Thanks so much for being here, my creative friends. If you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up. Not sure where to go next? This video is sure to inspire and features more of this beautiful Pink Fresh Studio collection. I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye!